Hello everyone, myself Ifsa Samnani and I am a medical student. Today we'll discuss about the magnetic properties of a materials. Do you know what are the magnetic properties? Actually they are the atomic and subatomic response to a material to a applied magnetic field, right? Wherein the electron spins and the charges create a dipole. This all comes under the magnetic moment. Now here we start. Every substance has some magnetic property associated with it. The origin of these properties lies in an electron. Each electron in an atom behaves like a tiny magnet. Its magnetic moment originates from two types of motion. Now we'll discuss about the reason of magnetism in a substance. It's orbital motion around the nucleus. Okay, one reason is that electron revolve around the nucleus, right? It's revolving. You can see in figure A, the electrons are revolving around the nucleus in the same way as planet and sun do. I guess you have learned this from the Rutherford model, so we are not discussing much about that here. Now the second reason, it spin around its own axis. Oh, so this electron in the figure B is spinning around its own axis. Its spin means it's rotating around its own axis, and it's spinning in a clockwise direction, as you can see in both of the figures. We are moving next. Oh, so the next one is magnetic field. A magnetic field is a magnetic effect of an electric current in a magnetic material. O. Hence, the magnetic field in a given point is specified by both direction and magnitude. So, this is a vector quantity. You have learned about the vector quantity and the scalar quantity, right? The vector quantity are the one which has both direction and magnitude, and the scalar ones are the properties that only has a magnitude. So, we are not discussing that. You can produce magnetic field by moving electric charges and intrinsic magnetic moments of elementary particles associated with the fundamental quantum property of their spin. Oh, so this all explaining about the magnetic field. You can see here in the magnet, it's a bar magnet, right? So it is a north pole and it is a south pole. The magnetic field lines are originated from the north pole and it's going into the south pole. However, it is mainly responsible for the most noticeable property of a magnet. Actually, magnet is a material or an object that produces a magnetic field. It is usually invisible. We can't see this magnetic field around us with our naked eyes. Okay. According to this magnetic property of a magnet, poses a force that pulls the other material like irons and all. So this is all about the magnetic fields. Now the main topic is types of magnetic material. The magnetic behavior of a material can be classified into following five major groups. Here are the groups. Okay. The first one is diamagnetic, paramagnetic, ferromagnetic, perimagnetic, and antiferromagnetic. So we will discuss this accordingly one by one. The first one is diamagnetic. So here we start from diamagnetic. So diamagnetic is an intrinsic property of every material and it is generated due to mutual interaction between the applied magnetic field and the orbital motion of electrons. They are weakly repelled by the magnetic field as shown by those substances in which all the electrons are paired and there is no unpaired electron. This is the main point in a diamagnetic. Okay. Pairing of electron cancels their magnetic moments and they lost their magnetic character. This is the reason why they are paired. So here are the examples of some diamagnetic elements. The water, sodium chloride, benzene, etc. These all are the examples. And you can learn the examples from NCERT. The cobalt, bismuth, nitrogen, gold, copper, many examples are there. In the following diagram, as you can see, this is a substance, the circle one is a substance, and the lines are the magnetic field. They are weakly repelling by the substance, right? They are not getting attracted. So you can classify it or just simplified here that they are gets weakly repelled or magnetized in a direction opposite to the applied magnetic field. This is the main thing, that here the magnetic field lines are getting weakly repelled by. So now we are moving to our next topic, that's the paramagnetic material. Now, in these substances, in the inner orbital of an atom are incomplete. Okay, the electron spins are uncoupled consequently on the applied magnetic field to a magnetic moment generated due to the spin motion align in the direction of the magnetic field and induce magnetic moment in its direction, due to which the material gets freely magnetized. These substances are weakly attracted by the field. Okay, they are weakly attracted by the field, and the diamagnetic were weakly repelled by the field. Okay, first point, the they are magnetized in the magnetic field in the same direction. Okay, they are magnetized in the same direction, but the diamagnetic were magnetized in the different direction. They lost their magnetism in the absence of the magnetic field. It is due to the presence of one or more unpaired electrons which are attracted by the field. The main difference here, unpaired electrons are present for the paramagnetism, and for diamagnetism no unpaired of electrons present. You can see here in the diagram. So see the examples: oxygen, Fe2 plus, Cr3 plus, and many examples are there given. So paramagnetic are usually due to the spin motion of the electrons, but the diamagnetic were usually due to the orbital motion of the electrons, right? Here is a diagram. In the diagram, you can see the circle one are the substance, a paramagnetic substance. The magnetic field lines are getting weakly attracted by the substance. It's not getting too much into the substance, but it's just weakly attracted. So you understand about the paramagnetism? Shall we move now? Begin with ferromagnetic materials. Substances are attracted strongly by a magnetic field. Such substances are called ferromagnetic substances. Okay. Besides strong attraction, these substances can be permanently magnetized. Yeah, this is a unique feature of ferromagnetic. The metal ions of ferromagnetic substance are grouped together into a small region called domains. Okay. Thus, each domains act as a tiny magnet. Can you get something here? Ferromagnetic has a specific, or you can say specialized qualities in it. It has a domain. In the diagram itself, let me say, in this diagram you can see these are domains. You can say domains. They are randomly aligned in the absence of the magnetic field, but once the magnetic fields are applied to it, they are getting into a perfect pattern. They are aligned, right? They are getting aligned into one direction. And ferromagnetic has many properties. You can say ferromagnetic substances, the domains are randomly orientated and their magnetic moments get cancelled. You can see here the domains are randomly aligned in the absence of the magnetic field. But when the substance is placed in a magnetic field, all the domains and a strong magnetic effect is produced. This ordinary of domains persists even when the magnetic field is removed, and magnetic and domains, or you can say magnetic substance, become permanent magnet. This is the special property of ferromagnetic substances. So now we are moving next. You are getting my words? I hope so. So now the next is antiferromagnetic materials. Substances showing antiferromagnetic material have domains structures similar to the ferromagnetic, okay, but their domains are oppositely orientated and cancel each other's moment. See the difference between ferromagnetic and antiferromagnetic. The difference is only one, that the orientation is opposite in antiferromagnetic case. You can see here the example amino. It is not that much important in your case. So now the next is ferromagnetic substances. Ferromagnetism is observed when the magnetic moment of the domains is substances are aligned in a parallel and anti-parallel direction in unequal numbers. Okay, they are weakly attracted by the magnetic field as compared to the ferromagnetic substances. These substances are lose magnetism on heating and become paramagnetic. So here in ferromagnetic, the orientation is anti-parallel definitely, but in unequal number. They are not equally orientated as the antiferromagnetic do. The examples of ferromagnetism is here. You can see. You can learn more examples from NCERT and all as you wish. Here is a table which will I provide you in the description box. You can learn this from there. In this table you can clarify, or you can say you can simply practice the difference between diamagnetic, paramagnetic, ferromagnetic, antiferromagnetic and paramagnetic. Okay, so here my lecture is over. Thank you. I hope you like my video.